Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a pretty wild day in the soap world and we have a massive amount of drama to unpack. Grab a coffee or whatever you need because we are diving deep into the absolute madness that is currently happening in Genoa City. So the Newmans finally did it. They actually got Newman Enterprises back. I mean, of course they did. Did anyone actually think Victor Newman was going to lose his legacy permanently? No way. Never going to happen. But the fact that it is finally back in their hands is huge. The whole family is celebrating. They are so happy. And honestly, it is kind of nice to see them not miserable for like 5 seconds. They have been through absolute hell lately with the kidnappings and the drugs and the court cases. But you know how this show works. The happiness never lasts. It just doesn't. Give it a week, and they will be at each other's throats again. Actually, we don't even have to wait a week because the infighting is already happening and it is getting ugly fast. But before we get into the brotherly drama, we have to talk about Phyllis. Oh my God, Phyllis Summers. She is not going to prison. I repeat, Phyllis is not going to prison. How does she do it? How does she always manage to slide out of these impossible situations? It is honestly infuriating, but also incredibly impressive. Michael Baldwin literally burst into the courtroom like a superhero with that top secret file. He proved the emails were AI generated. The AI code came directly from Newman Enterprises. It was wild, just wild. And Phyllis had that smug smile on her face. You guys know the exact smile I am talking about. I kind of love it, but I also kind of hate it. She was backed into a corner, ready to sign her life away to Victor, and then boom, freedom. She just walked away. And the craziest part of that whole courtroom circus, Christine got arrested. Instead, the bug got cuffed right there in front of Danny. Danny was just standing there looking so confused, like he had no idea what reality he was living in. Christine was screaming that she was framed, that it was a setup. And Victor just sat there in the gallery with absolutely no emotion on his face. He literally let his pawn take the fall to protect his own empire. He let Christine face prison time for abusing power and faking judicial records. It is so dark. Victor is so cold. Sometimes I forget how ruthless he can be, and then he does something like this. Okay, maybe I don't forget, but it still shocks me. He manipulated the entire legal system just to get his company back and crush his enemies. And then he goes home and aggressively gaslights Nikki, demanding she praise him for his brilliant strategy while completely ignoring the trauma she just went through with Nick. Classic Victor. So now that the company is back in the family's control, we have a massive problem. A huge, glaring problem. Who is going to run it? Victor's stepping back. He is too old for this. Now, he can't sit in that CEO chair and fight these daily corporate battles anymore. He just can't. He has the energy to manipulate people from his living room, sure, but not to run the day-to-day operations of a global conglomerate. He wants to be the patriarch, the man behind the curtain pulling the strings, not the guy dealing with quarterly earnings reports and board meetings. So the throne is empty, and you know what an empty throne means in the Newman family. It means absolute chaos. It means war. And here we go again. It is Nick versus Adam, the classic sibling rivalry. They are already at each other's throats. Both of them want to prove they are the strongest. Both of them want to be the chosen one to take over the empire. It is so exhausting to watch, but I also can't look away. They are like two alpha dogs circling each other, baring their teeth. This feud has been going on for decades. But let's really look at this. Let's really break down who deserves this job because, honestly, they are both kind of a mess right now. A huge, complicated, emotional mess. Let's start with Nick, the golden boy. Nick Newman. Usually you would say, yeah, give it to Nick. He is stable. He is the good guy. He is the moral compass of the family. But is he? Is he stable right now? Absolutely not. Nick is a complete disaster. Did we all just forget what happened in Vegas a few episodes ago? The guy was literally popping pills and doing cocaine. He crashed his car into a cliff because he was hallucinating Matt Clark in the middle of the road. He almost died. He almost had permanent brain damage. Nicky was screaming in the hospital. Victor was vowing bloody revenge on whoever sold him the drugs. Victoria had to literally corner Nick and force him to confess about his drug use. She found out Sienna Bacall was his dealer. Sienna, the same girl who attacked Phyllis in the basement. It is all connected, and it is all so messy. And it gets worse. It gets so much worse. Nick is currently trying to help Matt Clark get his memory back. Matt is faking amnesia. We all know Matt is faking amnesia. He is a psychopath. But Nick is so traumatized and so messed up in the head that he wants Matt to remember being a monster just so Nick can punch him without feeling guilty. That is not the mindset of a CEO. That is the mindset of a guy who needs intense long-term therapy. How can Nick run a billion-dollar company when he is dealing with severe drug addiction and PTSD? He can't. He just can't. Or maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe work is exactly what he needs to stay sober. No, that's a terrible idea. The stress of running Newman Enterprises would break him completely. He would relapse in a week. So what about Adam? Adam has been trying so hard lately. He really has. He went to Vegas. He tried to save Nick. He dealt with Matt Clark. He even got locked in a storage room with his dying brother. Adam has been doing the heavy lifting. He has been the hero, or at least trying to be. But he is still Adam. He still has that dark side. He still has the spider persona lurking in the background. And let's not forget, he kissed Riza in Vegas. Chelsea showed up and caught them looking way too cozy. Chelsea is probably going to dump him. His personal life is a complete and utter mess. Adam always self-sabotages. Always. He gets close to having everything he wants and then he blows it up because he doesn't think he deserves to be happy. But purely from a business standpoint, Adam is ruthless. He is smart. He knows how to play the game better than Nick ever could. He doesn't let his emotions get in the way of a deal. Well, most of the time, but Victor never fully trusts him. Victor always dangles the carrot in front of Adam and then snatches it away at the last second. It is a toxic cycle. Adam wants to prove he is the strongest. He wants to prove he is better than the golden boy. He wants his father's approval so badly it hurts. But will Victor actually let him win? I highly doubt it. Victor loves to watch Adam squirm. He loves having that power over him. The conflict between these two is going to tear the family apart again. They just got the company back. They should be united. They should be working together to rebuild after the whole Phyllis and AI disaster. but instead they are having a measuring contest. Nick feels entitled to it because he is the good son, the loyal son who almost died. He thinks surviving gives him the right to rule. Adam feels he earned it because he is the smart son, the one who actually knows how to run a ruthless empire, and the one who actually tried to save Nick in Vegas when everything went to hell. And they are both just so stubbornly blind to their own flaws. I can already see the boardroom screaming matches. I can see the thrown glasses of scotch. It's going to be messy, so messy. And, Victor is loving every single second of this. He says he is too old to be CEO, but he is never too old to be the puppet master. He is probably going to pit them against each other on purpose. He will give Nick a project and give Adam a project and say whoever does best gets the big chair. It is sick. It is a sick way to parent, but it is classic Victor Newman. He wants to see who has the killer instinct. And right now, Nick's killer instinct is completely clouded by his addiction and his obsession with Matt Clark. Victor is probably looking at Nick and thinking he is weak, and he is looking at Adam and thinking he is too dangerous. So who actually deserves it? If we are being totally honest, maybe neither of them. Maybe Victoria should just swoop in and take it. But she is busy dealing with Nick's drug dealer, Sienna, and trying to manage the family fallout. So it's down to Nick and Adam. I honestly think Adam deserves it more right now. He is clear-headed. He isn't hallucinating villains on the highway. He isn't stealing fentanyl from evidence lockers. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Adam is the safer bet for the company, even if he is the dangerous bet for the family. But Nick needs rehab. He doesn't need a corner office. He needs to heal before he destroys himself completely. But what do you guys think? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Because I don't. I really don't. The writers are setting us up for a massive explosion. Literally or figuratively, Matt Clark is still out there playing his sick games from police custody. Nick is a ticking time bomb waiting to relapse. Adam is desperate for approval and willing to do whatever it takes to get that CEO title. And Victor is just sitting back stroking his mustache, watching his sons tear each other apart for his own amusement. It is a recipe for absolute disaster. I am so tired of this cycle, but I am also going to be watching every single episode because I care. I care too much about these messy, messy people. Let's just hope Newman Enterprises survives the Newman brothers. Let me know in the comments who you think should be CEO.